Long before he became an infamous household name associated with dark national headlines and high-profile criminal trials, Craig Titus was forged in Michigan. Growing up with an intense drive for self-expression and physical dominance, he transitioned from high school athletics into intense resistance training during his youth. Craig did not enter weightlifting out of a simple desire for cheap internet validation. His primary goal was to construct a massive, dense frame and achieve fame. He rapidly discovered an extraordinary biological response to heavy weight training, building thick muscle bellies, wide shoulders, and a compact structure. Relocating to California, he immersed himself in the competitive Gold's Gym Venice scene, climbing the amateur ranks with relentless aggression. Winning the prestigious 1996 USA Bodybuilding Championships earned him his IFBB Pro card. Titus proved early on that he was a gifted athlete fully determined to achieve professional stardom. What truly transformed Craig Titus from a promising new professional into one of the most polarizing figures in bodybuilding was his brash bad boy persona. Displaying an arrogant, unfiltered confidence in fitness magazines and video interviews, he cultivated an image of extreme lifestyle indulgence, luxury cars, and rebellion. His bold personality attracted massive media attention, making his contest appearances highly anticipated events for a generation of young lifters across the world. He stepped onto the stage displaying remarkable chest fullness, thick arm development, and tight conditioning under hot lights. His broad shoulders, deep abdominal separation, and dramatic front shots made him a formidable competitor in elite lineups. Titus turned his physical presence into a profitable brand, proving to the fitness world that raw confidence paired with striking aesthetics creates an unmistakable media magnet, setting a wild standard for late 90s sports coverage. The absolute competitive climax of Craig's athletic career was realized through his consistent appearances on the prestigious Mr. Olympia and Arnold Classic stages. Competing during the golden era of mass monsters, he stood shoulder to shoulder with all-time legends of the sport in Las Vegas and Columbus. Standing under blinding lights, he presented a hard, dense, aesthetically balanced physique that earned him solid placements alongside the absolute best bodybuilders on the planet. His ability to hold his own against massive world champions established him as a true top-tier contender in professional bodybuilding. He celebrated his success with lavish spending and high-profile endorsements, living out his dream of high-stakes sports fame. Titus demonstrated to fans that sheer determination and intense training could take an athlete to the absolute summit of physical development, carving his name into the competitive history of professional bodybuilding forever. While his athletic accomplishments earned him global mainstream fame, Craig's life was deeply shadowed by legal troubles and reckless choices off the stage. Early drug convictions and prison time repeatedly interrupted his competitive momentum, yet he continually returned to the stage displaying elite conditioning. His turbulent lifestyle, volatile temper, and relentless pursuit of excess created a dangerous trajectory that increasingly overshadowed his genuine athletic talents and physical gifts. His chaotic personal life reached a horrifying, irreversible climax in 2005 through a brutal crime in Las Vegas that shocked the world. His involvement in the tragic murder of his assistant destroyed his career, leading to a high-profile arrest, trial, and severe prison sentence. Titus proved that no amount of physical mass or media fame can shield an athlete from severe moral failure, leaving an indelible stain on his legacy that forever changed how fans viewed his story. What truly separated Craig Titus from the classic champions of his era was the cautionary nature of his explosive rise and tragic fall. He possessed elite genetics, exceptional symmetry, and marketable charisma that could have secured a long, celebrated legacy in physical culture. Instead, his inability to control his dark impulses and chaotic lifestyle transformed a promising athletic career into one of the most notorious cautionary tales in the entire history of modern sports. His story remains a stark, haunting reminder of the destructive power of unbridled ego, drug abuse, and dangerous lifestyle choices. While fitness historians acknowledge his undeniable physical talent and stage presence, his memory is forever linked to crime and tragedy. Titus demonstrated to the athletic world that true success requires character, discipline, and respect for human life, proving that muscle mass without personal integrity inevitably leads to total moral ruin. Beyond his contest placements and magazine covers, Craig's career showcased the dark underbelly of the extreme bodybuilding subculture during the late 90s. Surrounding himself with dangerous associates and living beyond reasonable limits, he embodied the chaotic extremes of an era defined by rapid muscle growth and unregulated indulgence. He treated life as a high-stakes performance, ignoring warning signs until his reckless choices resulted in ultimate disaster. He interacted with fans at expos with intense energy, leaving strong impressions wherever he traveled during his prime competitive years. Yet behind the bright lights and autograph tables lay a deeply troubled personal existence spiraling toward inevitable collapse. Titus proved to the world that an athlete's public image can mask extreme internal chaos, showing that the pursuit of external physical perfection is meaningless when internal moral foundations are completely destroyed. A major definitive factor that characterized Craig's physique on stage was his exceptional upper body density and chest fullness. He displayed thick, fibrous pectoral muscle heads that tied seamlessly into broad, capped shoulders, creating an impressive front-upper body presentation. His side chest and side tricep poses highlighted deep muscle separation and skin-thin conditioning, allowing him to command attention whenever he stood in the center of competitive lineup callouts. He achieved his remarkable density through heavy compound lifts, intense volume, and an obsessive dedication to pushing physical boundaries in the gym. His body responded rapidly to intense training, allowing him to rebound from long layoffs and return in competitive condition. Titus showed the iron world that raw genetics and brutal work ethic produce undeniable muscle mass, even as his personal life outside the gym continued to crumble under the weight of severe personal choices. The cornerstone of Craig's physical conditioning resided in his high-intensity training sessions at elite fitness facilities across California and Nevada. Working alongside high-profile training partners and coaches, he pushed his body through grueling pre-contest preparations to achieve rock-hard conditioning. This intense gym environment fueled his aggressive mindset, allowing him to push through extreme calorie deficits and cardio routines to strip away every ounce of subcutaneous body fat. He maintained a strict, high-protein nutrition strategy during contest preps, fueling his dense frame with precise macro calculations to preserve hard-earned muscle. His lifestyle revolved around maximizing muscular scale, density, and vascularity for the stage lights. This total physical commitment allowed him to maintain a world-class physique for over a decade, proving his work ethic inside the gym while his life outside remained fundamentally unchecked and unstable. Beyond his fight for title belts and magazine stardom lay a deeply flawed individual whose tragic choices destroyed multiple lives. The horrific loss of life resulting from his actions left permanent scars on the victim's family and cast a dark shadow over the entire bodybuilding community. His conviction and long incarceration served as a grim conclusion to a career that once held endless athletic promise, forever stripping away the glamour of his former celebrity status. He became a central figure in true crime documentaries and national media reports that explored the darkest corners of professional sports subcultures. His fall from grace served as an undeniable wake-up call regarding the dangers of unchecked excess and criminality in athletic circles. Titus showed the world that accountability is absolute, demonstrating that every individual must eventually face the severe legal and moral consequences of their destructive actions. Following his long prison sentence, Craig remained a distant, somber figure referenced primarily as a tragic lesson in sports history. Newer generations of bodybuilders viewed his story not as an inspiration, but as a stark warning about the fatal dangers of hubris, crime, and unmanaged aggression. He remained isolated from the sport he once loved, serving out his time far removed from the bright lights, roaring crowds, and luxury lifestyle he once prioritized above all else. His historic magazine features and contest footage remain archived as artifacts of a turbulent era in physical culture. The bodybuilding community views his athletic talent with solemn regret, recognizing what could have been had he chosen a path of discipline, humility, and moral integrity. Titus's life story remains a dark, permanent warning, proving that physical greatness is completely worthless when detached from human empathy, self-control, and respect for law. When sports historians analyze the most tragic and infamous figures in bodybuilding history, Craig Titus's name stands at the absolute center of that discussion. His unprecedented combination of elite physical genetics, brash media fame, and catastrophic criminal downfall permanently altered how the public viewed the dark side of extreme sports. He proved that an athlete can possess world-class talent and still destroy everything through reckless arrogance and criminal behavior. His rise and fall continue to be studied by sports psychologists and journalists as a profound case study in the dangers of unchecked ego and criminal lifestyle choices. Hardcore fans and casual observers alike look back on his career with sadness for the lives ruined by his actions. Titus proved that real strength is defined by character rather than muscle size, leaving a dark, unforgettable mark on sports history that time can never erase or clean. Craig Titus has permanently etched his name into the darkest pages of iron history, leaving behind a tragic, cautionary blueprint. He will forever be remembered not as a legendary champion, but as the ultimate warning of how elite physical talent can be completely destroyed by moral decay and crime. His tragic life story stands as an undeniable reminder that integrity, self-restraint, and respect for human life are the true measures of a man. Future generations of athletes will look at his story and recognize the vital importance of staying grounded, choosing real values, and avoiding destructive paths. He showed the entire world that external success without internal character leads only to ruin, heartbreak, and permanent disgrace. The infamous figure remains bound to his dark legacy, leaving an eternal warning on the history of physical culture forever.